What position were you in when we first spoke?
I was ground bottom in my worst position ever. So yeah, let me just introduce myself first. My name is Firas. I'm originally from Egypt. I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia, and I've lived here my whole life. And I also lived my whole life as an obese person, a very unhealthy person. I spent most of my money on gym subscriptions that I've never went to, and I believe all of us went through this phase at some point of our lives until 4 months ago, where, as Pete pointed out, we spoke together. I believe it was in Ramadan, Pete,
It was
and
like two
it
weeks
was
in.
yeah, 2 weeks in Ramadan, and it was a very tough time to start. I was actually having second thoughts until Pete convinced me that I should start immediately. And this was the best decision I've made this year. Frankly, because it was Ramadan is a very hard time to have any discipline in anything. You have only a couple of hours a day to do everything in your day. You usually all across the whole day from since you wake up in the morning until sunset, you're usually very hungry, very thirsty. There's not much to do, but I was able to discipline myself in this very hard time. And disciplining myself in Ramadan made it very easy to stay disciplined after Ramadan, which was very important. And I really think, Pete, it was a very important decision that I started in Ramadan and I didn't postpone that. So, yeah.
So what were you said you were kind of like at sort of bottom when we started. Like talk a little bit about what you were struggling with before, like obviously in the run up to Ramadan and sort of around that time, sort of February, March time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I left my family in Egypt. I have a 6 months old son, Fahad, and my wife, Raghat. And I moved here to Jeddah like 6 months ago. And to me, this wasn't very easy. I've also did a very bad decision about 3 years ago, and I had a gastric sleeve surgery, which I never recommend to anyone. How, whatever your weight is, whatever your disorder is in your food, this is a very bad decision because it affects the rest of your life. Yes, I lost a lot of weight, but I lost too much weight. I lost too much muscle. I was very weak, and I was not even able to eat enough to, maintain my muscle mass. So I wouldn't recommend this procedure. And when I came to Pete, I was actually in a very bad shape, and I again had a very bad habit of eating, a disorder of eating. So yeah, that's about it. And I had some health issues as well because of my food. So
And so what was daily life like for you at that point? Like you talk about kind of you were making bad decisions when it comes to food. Like what would that be? What would that look like?
yeah, like waking up in the morning, having a lot of bread, a lot of bread. Arab breakfast. It's simple. You have to eat bread. Then going back to easy fast food, junk food, because it's very fast. I'm a sales person, so I'm always on the street. So I just eat everything and anything that comes in my way. I didn't have any schedule for my sleeping. I didn't have any schedule for my food. And as well, I was driving the whole day, so I had minimal movement. Some days I have zero steps in the days.
And then exercise, lots of miles, but zero steps. And when it comes to like exercise, what were you doing? Anything?
Nothing. Zero.
Fine.
My experience in life in fitness throughout my whole life is zero. This was my first time ever having any type of exercise, any type of healthy lifestyle. And this was actually the main goal. The main goal wasn't to be in a good shape only. The main goal when I spoke with Pete was to change my lifestyle because it affected everything. It affected my job, it affected my family, it affected myself, my health, and everything. So I can easily say that I was able to achieve my goal in 4 months. And I will take you through, the struggles in the beginning and the challenges and even the results and how it affected my life now. So yeah, you have any other questions, Pete?
No, it sounds like you're leading it. It sounds great. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah. So,
just I guess
so
start with like how it was that you started because I like for you on the last couple calls you've mentioned discipline a lot and you mentioned discipline a lot to me. That isn't something that comes right away. Or maybe it is for you. Like talk us through that mindset shift and what really made the biggest difference when it comes to that because I think a lot of people struggle with maybe they're not like it's such a big shift for them. Maybe it seems so difficult or so far away. Like, what was that for you like?
yes. Before I go into that, I want to just clarify something that I was able to realize that your body and your health is completely controlled by you and only you. You take full credit to what you reach at the end. So if you look at your job, if you look at your family, you will always find that there are some people around you that help you throughout the way. But I can tell you that having a very, very fit body and a healthy lifestyle is completely up to you. You take the full credit for it. And this is what actually Pete helped me realize. It's one of the greatest success stories that you can have when you reach this goal. And adding to this, when I started, as you can see, my body weight and the body fat is crazy, 21 or 22%, and I was 78 kilograms. That's almost like quarter of my weight was all body fat. And the discipline was very hard, but discipline is key. So the main drive that I had to complete this was being disciplined. The discipline of going on time, the discipline of having scheduled to eat, the discipline of the sleeping habits that I had. We always sleep very late. Also, this is in our culture, not just in Saudi, in all Arab countries, we sleep very late. But having yourself pushing yourself to change this and making it a habit with a schedule, so you can be disciplined. This changed my life, and not just in this part of my life, the fitness and the working out and eating. No, even in my job, it affected my job very positively. As a salesperson, I was able to be more organized. I was able to be more confident. I was able to excel in my job, and I wake up early feeling much, much better. This was very new to me, Pete. Pete, I can swear to you, this is the main thing that has changed in my life. I wasn't, it was like I was dreaming, man. For 28 years, I was waking up feeling like shit. I can't get out of bed. Now I just wake up, I get out of bed immediately. And this is new to me. Very energized
So how'd you
to
go
go.
from that shift of, disorganized chaos to now like routine and, structure? Was that an easy like overnight decision?
Of course not, of course not. But when you have this discipline for a while, I would say for a month or two, it becomes a habit. And I would say that your body adapts to anything. So if you're usually eating unhealthy stuff, if you're usually not sleeping well, if you're usually not working out, your body adapts to that. So doing that would be very hard. But once you are on track and once you start, your body automatically adapts to it. Your body automatically enjoys it. You enjoy the progress. You enjoy the food that you eat, and you enjoy going to the gym, which is something new to me as well. Because I now go every single day just because I want to go there, not because I have to. And this is the main changing point. You go because you want to go, not because you have to. And this takes me back to the point that where you also mentioned about, the food that you eat. You don't need to have like a specific strict list of meals to have every day. Uh, Peter Marvin completely gave me the flexibility to choose what I want. And we all know what is healthy and what is unhealthy. We all know it we all know that sugar is unhealthy. We all know that protein is very healthy and vegetables are very healthy. So we don't need someone to tell us that. We just need to be able to put this within our daily food that we have. And I was able to do that very flexibly. I was sharing with Pete and Marvin my meals only. They didn't tell me what to eat. But by time you get used to this and this becomes a daily thing to you. So yeah, that's basically how it was. And by the way, it's very easy. It's not that hard until take you have to push yourself for the first and second month, and that's it. Everything else is very easy.
And talk about a little bit about the impact on family life Because I know you were sort of here, you were here sort of solo for a while. You then had your wife and your son obviously visiting. Like, I know
Yeah.
you were worried about potentially that throwing a spanner in the works and being disrupted. Like, talk about that a little.
Yeah, yeah. This is a big motive actually, because once you start to have this progress and once you start to have this clear on your body, the change and the way that you interact with people, people look up to you. And this is very, very nice. When you see your wife, your son, your brother, and your father and mother, they look up to you as a good example and they come to you for advice. This is very, very nice. This is actually this motivates me more than the progress when people look up to you. And this is very good that you have to share this with your family. You have to not push them, but you have to also have them involved in this. When you see any one of your family members doing a bad habit in eating or not moving enough, you tend to like push them to do that with you as well. When people look up to you, this is the best thing ever, best feeling.
And I think that that's one of the big things we always say is like, first of all, people will ask you like, like why or what are you doing, and then they ask you how, because you are that inspiration as well.
Yes,
So honestly, that's amazing.
and
Um,
especially Peter, when you were someone who was very far from doing this, people would have no one expected you to do this, so you surprised everyone around you that you were able to do this. And this also gives you a lot of confidence. Confidence is very important. You don't
mm,
realize how unconfident you are until you are fit. I can guarantee you this, really.
nice. So what I would like, what are you most proud of at the moment?
Exactly what I was saying right now, now as we speak, Peter, you should be proud of this as well. I'm mentoring four people of my family members,
You're
not very close.
kidding.
Yeah, I'm mentoring my cousin, I'm mentoring my brother, I'm mentoring my sister and my wife. And as we speak at the moment, I'm also giving them a lot of guidance in when to work out and what to eat and what not to eat. And this is amazing to me. I'm surprised that I was able to do this. So
Incredible.
yeah, yeah, this is one of my greatest achievements. And I would also say that it affected my mental health, which was very, very important. Uh, uh, when you eat good and you have a healthy digestive system, which I realized later on that your digestive system controls everything.
Mm.
If you have a bad digestive, it controls your mood, it controls your energy and everything. So I turned from a person who had a very bad mood 80% of the time. I was usually categorized as an angry person, as a person who is very negative, to now a person who is very positive, very energetic, and outgoing. And Peter can also emphasize on this because when I came to Jeddah, it was new to me. I lived my whole life in Khobar and Cairo. Jeddah was very new to me. I had no one here. I was completely alone, and this affected also my mental health. But going to the gym and having the discipline to follow a specific schedule, I was able to enjoy my time by myself, which was very important, very new to me as well. I enjoy my alone time now. So I was less dependent on external factors like going out a lot, speaking with a lot of people, socializing a lot. This is very important. I wouldn't say that you should always stay alone, but enjoying yourself, enjoying your own time, it's very important as well. And this is something I learned across our journey, 4-month journey here as well. And proud of the results. As you can see, losing this fat and gaining this muscle also changed my body structure, which was something I was very ashamed of, let's say, because no one was shaming me, but I was ashamed of how I looked. I wasn't really masculine. I felt very weak, and the clothes didn't fit me well. I
Mm.
went from a very obese person who clothes didn't fit well to a very, very skinny person who also the clothes didn't fit well. So it was very, very bad to me. Now,
And now you're as bad as me, and you're just posting gym pictures on your
yes,
Instagram.
exactly, exactly. Yes, I'm posting pictures now. I'm very proud of it. I
Quite right.
love shopping now. I love shopping now. I go, the money I save now from spending on junk food, I spend on clothes. So
On vests, basically. I know your pain. But no, I mean that's incredible. No, really nice to hear. And obviously you've been sharing this a lot as you've gone through. I think it'll be interesting for people to understand if there's still things you struggle with. You know, Sandra has put in here, you know, do you ever struggle with impulsive or emotional eating? How do you manage that in terms of avoiding those impulses? Because it all sounds
Yeah.
like amazing, right? It sounds like you're killing it, but we all know there's probably still struggles happening. And so what do you fight on a sort of daily, weekly basis?
Yes. Well, when it comes to food, I used to be an emotional eater as well. I used to have this like tense feeling inside me to order this very juicy burger in the middle of the night before I sleep. And I used to do it my whole life. Honestly, I don't do it much now. And actually, the free meal as well, I skip it many weeks. I don't really feel like I have to have this free meal. I don't feel like I need it anymore. But in the beginning, I used to have these cravings. And the best thing is to just push it back and try to like fill in your time, because usually it's not real cravings. It's usually because you're sitting down and you don't have much to do. When you're busy with anything, you'll not think of food. Just divert your thoughts to something else. Go out, have a walk, call a friend, meet up with someone. You will completely forget about these cravings. Uh, I usually believe not just in eating, in any other bad habit that you have. You usually have this bad habit because you have a lot of free time. And having a lot of free time is very unhealthy. It usually has your brain, thinking about what should I do, and usually you go to bad stuff. So
Yes.
yeah, I don't think there's a specific method to control the craving apart from this. There's yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say you should just go eat something healthy because it will not fulfill your cravings. Yeah, but just yeah, do something else. Just leave the
Well, yeah,
house.
yeah, and I think it's like just like with anything, it's a muscle that you exercise and you train and you get better at saying no, you don't need it than giving into your impulses. And again,
Yes.
like we'll cover this in a later training where we'll look at how you can manage those cravings both when they happen, but also before, so you're setting yourself up for success. So I'm just conscious of time, and there's been some awesome stuff in the chat with people, bigging you up quite rightly. What would be one thing you share with everyone on this call as a sort of final thought from your side that'll help them in their journey?
I would say that don't focus. That's what I actually did by myself. That I started to think about this lifestyle, that it's not something mandatory that I have to do, something that I choose. And when you think about it this way, usually humans don't like to be like ordered or told what to do to be good.
Mm,
You usually like to structure this yourself. When you structure this yourself, you tend to just keep on doing it. And this is why I really praise Pete for the method that he used with me. Usually, with all my trials before, people used to tell me you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that, and this didn't happen with Pete. This is why I'm telling you, just don't think about it just as discipline. Think about it as a good lifestyle, and focus on yourself, focus on your mental health, on your body. Automatically, I believe you don't need to do a specific thing like after you have these 4 months in. You don't need to do anything. You just this will be automatically your lifestyle. You will find yourself
mm,
waking up in the morning, going to the gym. This is the normal thing you do. It's not tough, it's not hard. This is what you normally do, and you're enjoying it. But the main thing is just try as much as possible to keep away everything that would influence you bad away from your eyes. So bad food, don't have it in your house. Don't have it in front of your eyes. No matter how fit you are, sometimes it gets tempting when you have this bag of chips or this bar of chocolate in front of you in house. These things I completely ignore in the supermarket and I don't get in my house, because if I have it in front of me, I guarantee you I will, inhale it.
same
So
here.
yeah,
Same here.
yeah, so yeah, I keep this away from myself, away from my eyes. I don't do anything. We just try to establish new habits. Like, for example, for myself, coffee, I changed my coffee to black coffee. This is progress, something new. No more milk, no, just black coffee. It's much healthier. It's when by time I never liked black coffee, but by
Mm.
time I love it now. I can't drink anything else. This is my main coffee, black coffee. That's it. Sugar. I used to love sugar so much. I put sugar in everything. But after 4 months or 3 months from this progress, I don't think about it anymore. It's completely out of my mind. Doesn't
Mm,
cross my brain. So it's basically time. Just give yourself some time. It's very hard in the beginning of the first month or second month, but after that, it becomes the normal. This is the normal life, and you enjoy it. You enjoy everything of it.
for
You enjoy
sure.
how your body looks, how the clothes look on you, and how healthy you feel.
Yeah, and I think one of the great things that kind of that you were doing over time was just, sharing, these things that you had noticed within yourself and within your day, these small maybe behavior changes or these mindset shifts or whatever that is. Because again, like sharing and telling someone is a way of appreciation in terms of for yourself and your own progress. So I think, absolutely agree that if you're feeling like you're forcing yourself to do something, it's not really going to end too well. It has to be a reframe. You have to change how you are. I mean, I'm telling you, you have to change. you, it's best if you are to, reframe how you are getting yourself to do things. For sure, we are all, I think, rebellious teenagers inside, and we don't want to be told what to do. So yeah, honestly, mate, that was absolutely fantastic. Really, really appreciate you sharing. And I mean, it's been an incredible story, and everyone else is, I think, Abdullah, Raja, Janine, Sandra, everyone is bigging you up as well. So
Thank you very much, Pete, and thank you guys so much for
huge,
these. Yeah,
huge thank you.
yeah, these comments really are the driving force of anyone who is working out. Hearing a lot of praise and hearing a lot of positive comments, fill this around with yourself. And when you have positive people around you, you tend to keep moving forward. Stay away from negative people. That's a good advice. Yeah, don't have them around you. They'll pull you down.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know we always tend to go over longer than we should, but you should prepare for that now. But no, for us, thank you again so much for sharing. Honestly, it was super insightful, beneficial. I'm sure everyone thought the same. And I will share this round so everyone's got it. And enjoy. Have an amazing